Hello and welcome to part 38 of our Chaos Gate Daemonhunters, the Ruthless campaign. The Reaper has come. Aeger the Benevolent, his pungent, potent majesty, is going to have to be dealt with. He's extreme, yeah. We've located Aeger the Benevolent here, dubbed the Benevolent Uncle for the wide range of afflictions he spreads. He's also said he travels with a host of cherished nephews. That'll be, yeah, we're going to be dealing with one big one, and then I'm guessing a swarm of little ones. Stasis chamber isn't going to get done in time. I'd rather just get this over with so we can reposition for the next batch of missions. So we'll just get stuck in. There's no extra thing to do requisition wise, but we'll get 5, which is great. We'll go up to 11 and I'll consider maybe the sword, but that's it. Interesting question for us. Who are we going to take? In terms of dealing with the boss, obviously I'd love to pile on as much damage as quickly as possible. So I guess first things first I'll do is, it's a demon surely, so we'll immediately swap out for that fancy demon halberd, the demon flayer. Equip that, yeah, and immediately upgrade. I'll have the damage, and I'll have the crit chance. So in combination he is, yeah, a base 10% because of his abilities, 20% because of the Augurium scrolls, so for 30, and then 40 against demons. Base 40%, 70% crit against the target. That's pretty amazing. And the damage flat is 9, so he's really good at laying into demons. I say that, will I be using the Paladin? I mean, he's probably the best I've got in terms of actual pure hit the enemy with your stick stats. Yeah, all this crit damage. So when his amazing crit chance has a great chance of proccing 1 extra damage, and he probably gets that back as well. I don't think he has any access to double autos like the other classes. He just doesn't see that here. Yeah, mental focus is the ranged attack version. Yeah, one AP back from that one, and there's no melee option for him there, so we'll have to make do with the 1 AP back, which will do. I think in terms of the sheer damage I can kick out, you're probably the best, because there's no one who synergizes with the halberd quite like you do. The other classes aren't going to cut it. So for other abilities, let's just see. Who do I want to bring? I'll bring the Paladin for raw damage output. I want at least 1 Justicar, because using Honor the Chapter is going to be crucial for maxing out AP and damage. So 1, and that leaves me with 2 slots. So the 2 slots will be either Librarian, Justicar, Interceptor, or Purifier. Librarian I think is a good choice because Gate of Infinity is so valuable. Just being able to jump directly onto the enemy, so all of my damage dealers who are predominantly melee based can just lay into it instantly and not have to worry about moving over. I mean, that's probably the best way to go, so I can't turn you down. So Paladin, Justicar, Librarian, and then the last slot is between these 3. What would an Interceptor be contributing? Well, if I'm jumping in with a Librarian anyway, being an Interceptor doesn't really contribute a whole lot. You get 1 free teleport strike, which is nice damage, and then you get a bunch of melee hits, but then the other classes can contribute that anyway. So a 2nd Justicar for a 2nd round of Honor the Chapter for a whole load of AP, or a Purifier. In terms of AP, the 2 Justicar build would absolutely be the way to go. What would you contribute? You get your grenade spam, which is nice, but in terms of overall damage, probably not as good as just taking the Justicar. The one thing the Purifier does do is cleanse. I assume the big nasty monster is going to have a bunch of mutations on it, so I could just... First thing I do is I can instantly strip it of all its mutations, so it doesn't benefit from any bonuses, and just make it a lot easier to deal with. Worth a try. Then I have Astral Aim, I have my grenade, so you can contribute some nice damage. Yeah, I think I'll give you a go, so... Teleport Aim, I want 1 Justicar, 1 Librarian, 1 Paladin, 1 Purifier, so yeah, something like this. Which of the 2 Justicars do I want to use? We've got you, that looks like this. Melee stuff, which is good. And what's my other one do? Boars. Boars is the defensive one. Yeah, he's not as useful. This down here is far more useful than having defensive stack butts, because I think I'd rather just kill it as fast as possible. If I can't kill it in 1 turn, fine. The boss only gets 1 turn to act. I don't think it can instant kill knights. There's 24 HP in the turn. That would be fairly brutal, so no, I think I'm safe. Now, in terms of their weapons, you're of course going to use the Kill 'em real hard halberd. I might as well stick the shield on. Do I have any blue yet? Nope. Still can't get the willpower. I think I'll do with 17. Never mind, we're fine. But otherwise, you're basically done. Would I consider the August slot? The extra crit chance is fantastic. The only thing I would contemplate swapping out for is the damage. So it would drop me to 50% flat, but when I do crit, you would do obscene damage. Mathematically, what would be better? Having 20% extra crit chance, so you have a better chance of triggering the crits and doing the damage with the crit damage you already have base, because I believe I have some flat amount of extra damage anyway. Yeah, crit damage, and then I can use Hammer Hand, and that will auto trigger it, which is good. Oh, but if you used Hammer Hand as well, it would also be better with that one. Oh, imagine if the Paladin can have a second one of these, we'd be laughing, but I have to make a choice between the two. I think I prefer the chance, because if I get a bunch of extra quits, I can destroy precision targets. I'll do slightly less damage overall, I think, mathematically, but good enough. This is where if I had that stratagem that lets me increase everyone's crit chance for 50% a turn, I would 100% swap it out, because I'm at base, I'd be at 100%. I don't quite have it yet, so I'll leave you there. One of you take the anti-demon Stormbolter, just in case it's useful. You... Might as well. I can't do any of the blue stuff. And the gun might as well upgrade as well. Can't take the fancy one, so that one will do. Now you're still going to be a grenade spammer. I don't see any reason not to do that. It's perfectly sensible. The light wounds on these don't bother me whatsoever. Losing 4 HP each means nothing. I'll be frank, I don't care. Because he's not going to one-shot me, so... I need to change the skull. There's no way I'm using an extractor skull for this. Absolutely have as many options as we can for disruption, so that's way better. He has his own crit chance. Is that any good? What is your armor? I don't even know what armor I have on. I'm using the passive war gear slot. Is there anything better? I've picked up a lot of these. Armor servo skull, so you could have 6 uses of the disruptor skull. That's a lot of free damage, I guess. This one, focus, resistance, willpower, don't really care. That's in use. Focus. I don't need a lot of focus. I mean, Justicars don't really benefit from it too much, so no. So it's either the one I'm using for the slot, or maybe throw that on and do the upgrade so I can throw out a load of free damage, just to be nasty about it. Also get to disrupt. I don't need to disrupt 6 turns worth, that's ridiculous, so no, I think the slot is worth more to me. Or I could give him Terminator armor if I'm not using it. No, because I have 2 guys in Terminator plates, so both of those are already in use. We got really unlucky with Terminator options. There's none of those. And we're just drowning in tactical armor. Oh well. That's fine. So for you use the halberd, you use your gun. So it's a choice between you two. I'm going to keep Annihilator because I'm pretty sure, even though it's a fleshy target to demon, it will probably have a lot of armor. So teleporting in and then swinging with Annihilator a whole bunch of times to hack through the armor nice and fast, do a bunch of armor breaking would be good. And then I can start laying them with you. You will use Honor the Chapter on this because he's got the highest damage potential. And then you want to do a bit of damage yourself. I think your abilities synergize well with Force Strike, so leaving you with the big Force Strike hammer is probably a good idea. In that case, if I'm just Force Striking every time, that makes absolutely no sense because we're not going to be benefiting from crit chance. You don't crit when you're doing that. Is there anything else I can use? Health, ammo, focus. Again, what would I be using focus for? Nothing. Justicars don't. Oh, there is Ruthless Precision, so if I get a miraculous crit, you'd have a better chance of triggering extra AP. You have Hammer Hand, so I guess one turn I can use Hammer Hand, do the crit for free, and have a really good chance of extra AP, netting you more damage overall. So like that instead, because I don't care if he crits with any other attack, but the one time I do crit with Hammer Hand, having a really good chance of getting it back is probably worth more. So that combination, make sure I do that first. And that should be good to go. How much damage does remind me? The anti-demon gun. 5. It actually does 9 damage per swing into demonic targets. It would be better with... I think I'm going to swap your guns around. Because you're definitely going to swing with a hammer. So your armament's not relevant, but you might actually prefer shooting with that than taking the extra... Well, it depends how much how many adds there are to deal with. If there's a bunch of Nurglings running around, laying into them with the AoE hammer and killing them all super fast is way more efficient. But if not, then no. Stratagems, bombardment to kill Nurglings is fine. Dominate is probably worthless here because there's no chance of going to be dominating the boss, so that's pointless. What would I swap it with? Gate to Infinity, not when I have the Librarian, and I wouldn't trade out the Librarian and use that Gate to Infinity because the -1 AP is very nasty. So it's a choice between Torpor of Tide of Shadows. Immobilize all enemies. I'm guessing the boss will probably be immune to it. Tide of Shadows, all allies gain 100 resistance and Purify. So we can't be affected by the annoying modifier stuff. And we have good odds of maybe Torpor just to freeze any of the, if there's ads and stuff running around, that would be fine. I like the idea of this because there might be a bunch of nasty malices coming our way that I can just turn off for free for a turn. Just make sure I use Quicksilver first because I want to use Quicksilver Ties for AP. I think that's sensible. That's more useful than the other ones. Okay, that's what I'm running with. Max damage output into demons. Use the auto nullifier immediately. Read what it does and then just try and lay into it. Good. Off you go, gents. So this is obviously an all-in kill the target build. If there's a bunch of fighting between us and the boss, this might be a bit awkward. I don't know how the mission's kind of set up. Oh, it's right there.
Well. What do we have here? Pilgrims on a holy journey to receive their benedictions. Come now, bow before your rightful king, and I will bestow you all with such wonderful gifts.
Commander, be warned. The demon's vile spawn already infest this planet.
Such an ungrateful tone wins its way from above.
We can hear you, Hector.
This one, I sense, despises my loyal flock unfairly.
It can bring to bear hordes of those vile Nurglings. You must be wary.
If you would not accept what I offer, then I must regretfully request you depart my realm.
Sure thing, pal.
No?
Oh.
A pity, but you will make a fine sum for my nephews. They are always ever so hungry.
Okay, so this thing has no armor whatsoever. Annihilate is going to be pointless. How much health does it have? 125. Right, it's going to take a while to chip through. Come home, my nephews. Aeger consumes Nurglings and heals based on the number of consumed. Random target points. And he gets his precision strike targets back. So, yeah, it's going to be a battle of attrition if you allow it. 125. Nurgling Spew. Aeger consumes Nurglings and sets blast area 4, range 14, so we're not getting away. Next turn, inflict random 100% vulnerable knockback. Well, I can basically ignore them with my stratagem. Immune to afflictions. Holy moly, right. Nullify, bleed, incapacitated, pinned, crazed, dominated, panicked, blinded, plagued, knockback, banish. So I can't do any of those. He doesn't. Bosses don't have mutations. Okay, so the Purifier is going to be basically useless then. Aeger summons 5 Nurglings at the start of his turn. So there goes the Nurgling spam. Defend our uncle. Auto 100%. When shot with a ranged attack, if Nurglings are near it, Aeger can consume Nurglings to cancel it. Okay, so he nullifies ranged oncoming attacks. Doomsday Bell. Aeger consumes Nurglings and summons a number of Plague Bearers based on number consumed. Okay, he trades out the little ones for the big ones. Plague Flail. 7 damage. We get 100%. Okay, so his actual direct damage is pretty pants. It's more his endless spam. He regenerates, he spits out new ones. So basically, he's a pass on that. He might. Oh wow, how many spots does he have? Lots. Silenced, I can immobilize him for 1 turn. Disabled, come home, or weakened. On this page, it's silenced, Nurgling Spew. It's the same thing, isn't it? These two are the same. Silenced, immobilized Nurgling Spew nephews. Silenced, immobilized. No, it's slightly different. Oh, blimey, has a lot of spots. Okay, but we're going to crit him like mad and probably disable all of them quickly. In terms of other things in the way, so I don't have to worry about disrupting him, I can just use the skulls for extra damage. And so we've got a couple of friends here just to be annoying about it. I'm going to basically ignore them. Yeah, first things first, how far can I get with the teleport? Can I get right up to him? Basically, yes, within melee range. I hope I'm with, maybe I'm a touch shy. I don't want to waste turns and let him get away. So what I could do instead is I could walk forward to there and then teleport. And I can get right up to... The thing is, do I even have line of sight even if I were to run forward? I don't know if it will let me because of the... I'd love to get a bit closer just to make sure I'm not wasting AP with a move to try and get into melee damage range. So I can sacrifice 1 AP with you, which is fine because your Annihilator Hammer isn't going to contribute a whole lot. So yeah, let's touch, move forward an inch so you get a better teleport.
Moving swiftly.
Right. Now we'll gate right on top of it. Is that passable? I don't know if that's like just a feature or whether or not it's actually going to be an issue. I think we're okay.
We travel unseen paths.
Do you think I can one-hit kill it? That's what I'm aiming for here. Good spot. What is that in the back? Nurgling spawner. Ah, okay, so he's got a bit of help. He's not just making them so that they more come out of there. Again, if I just kill him, the warp hammer might allow me to double hit those and get the kill anyway. So the plan, as I recall, I was going to go ahead and be fancy and have him do a bunch of stuff. You ideally will move into such a spot. Yeah, if I force strike it hits both, so we're fine. But again, the first attack is supposed to be... Yeah, just hitting is supposed to be a hammer hand, so I can potentially trigger my extra damage and get more back. Why are you doing so little? Oh no, he's doing 6. It's just because of the massive health pool. I can't tell. He doesn't have any autos on attack, I don't think. Auto 100% when shot. Yeah, that's fine. That's his only auto, which is not going to bother me. Shall I... Hang on, just... Because I don't... I've got the skulls, I might as well use them. Just do this first. Oh, I can't... Oh, you can't target bosses with Disruptor Skulls. Maybe because it's just too damn strong. Okay. That's maybe a solution they implemented to stop us from turning all of their stuff off. I'll go ahead and hammer hand you immediately. Warp charge it for... I guess, yeah, the... Might as well.
Emperor, guide my hand.
Here are my options. This Nurgling Spew, Force, or Weakened. I don't care about him attacking me. I'm going to try and kill him as fast as possible. So that one first. Bonk. Come on, up you come. I get the AP back. Excellent. And now we can take 2 regular attacks because I want to use the third one for Honor the Chapter and use that on him. So I'll do 2 regular swings now, and I'll force strike twice to make sure I kill the spawner, because I may as well.
Dullard, that would have served the sacred birthing ground.
What it now? So we're already...
Good work, Commander. Purge them all.
That's what, 30 of 125 already? We're doing very well. Okay, so then Honor the Chapter. Our friend here, max size. Good. 6 AP with you, and I can use Quicksilver twice to give him 7, 8, 9, 10 AP with 2 Quicksilvers and just have him tear him apart.
Your orders?
I don't think this helps us really. So you're honestly better off just chucking all 3 of your high damage grenades into it. You do what, 27 damage, which isn't bad. Do you do more from astral aiming it? What does this actually contribute? 5 plus 1. I mean, I get the target thing, but that doesn't really matter. Scatter shot is 8 damage, which is worse than just throwing a grenade. Nah, I'm just throwing 3 frag grenades, and that's your entire contribution. Pretty another Justicar with another Honor the Chapter would have 100% been better, but there's no way to know how it functions until we get here. It's good to learn for the other bosses. We don't have to worry about. Don't burn their mutations away. Don't bother with Disruptor Skulls. They don't do anything. I mean, yeah, just this is the priority.
I am his will.
Such efforts are futile. Repent this foolishness and accept my benevolence.
So that leaves us with the Paladin and the Terminator who teleported in. I can't get AP back, so the most effective way for you to do damage would be Vortex of Doom does 8, and then what does the actual... what does you just hitting it do? Force shot, it does 7, so you're better off. Armor breaker's all nice and all, but yeah, use your Vortex of Doom for a bit of damage. It doesn't bother our ally, so I might as well use it to hit that one as well, just in case this becomes a problem somehow. That's the so what I'll do. I think with 10 uses of our amazing Paladin there, he might be able to get through it on his own. Yeah, what am I doing? What's going on? I'm just using... Cool. 66. We're basically going to be... what's halfway there? 62.5. And you can hit him once the old-fashioned way. Right. Now, in terms of overall damage, I can do a little bit more... well, let's just do this first. Quicksilver, you. 2. Can I don't know how that works. Am I allowed to do it on him again in the same turn and give myself... I don't know if this functions. I'm currently at 8 of 3. Are you allowed to double Quicksilver in a turn? I don't know. Let's see. I think so. Neat. 10 AP. This has broken the thing. 10 AP in the little wheel there. So you're just going to... I mean, Fury of the... one use of Fury of the Ancients is probably better damage output-wise, and then you can just attack it. You would only have to do 5 damage per swing. Or like 6 damage per swing to kill him, and you're doing 9 flat without crits. Yeah, it's already over. I just beat him to death with Ignatius here. Might as well 4-strike every turn. You know, shove that halberd up his backside. Stab. We have these as well. Okay, well, let's just start disabling bits. Oh, grimy.
And ungrateful guests. We should all be celebrating the blue.
Oh, he gets AP back because of the crits. I forgot about that. And again. Yeah, this is trivial now. How much damage would he do on his own? With 10 AP, he'd do 90, because he does like 9 damage flat, plus all of the... whenever I do happen to crit, he does a bit more each time. Another one. Haven't I already disabled that? I don't know if it works twice or whatever. He's already dead, isn't he? Yeah. And I still have 6 AP on hand. I'm going to use half his AP to get through. Go on, why not hammer hand and show off?
No! Avenge me, my nephew!
125 XP.
The Reaper is purged, our duty fulfilled.
Concern. Nurgling infestation lingers. Unorthodox deployment of exterminatus recommended for absolute certainty.
It is done, Dominus. Be at peace.
Blow off the
Those
planet.
foul spawn will not survive long without their broodmaster.
Yes, truly. We must recover the Prime Seed and pursue the others.
Denial. Risk of infestation remains.
If I must, I will venture below personally and purge the immediate area before we return anything to the ship.
Okay, so apparently coming up against a big demon target, it's kind of easy when you have massive anti-demon halberd. It's the perfect time to pick that up just before we got here. Problem solved. I'm going to go ahead and assume all of the bosses are probably classed as demons, so that's going to be making it's going to be making an appearance quite a bit. Man, what a difficult boss battle. Cool, Rec 11. 3 crit damage for ranged attacks, don't care. Tier 2 armor, I'm struggling for armor. It's got a lot of like flat plate stuff, which is cool. The sword, the Weeping Blade, a 4 damage sword. Okay, so you're more building it for crit, but honestly, we've already got a tier 3 crit sword that I think is just better overall. Crit, it has good chance. You got to 40 flat, and then it does... Oh, the force strike gains crit chance. Interesting. So whenever you force strike, you have 40, and then you have 30 flat, so 70 on crit strike, and then plus whatever innate crit chance you have. I mean, that's probably better. You could use this, put the extra crit damage on, and then use the +4 crit chance ability. I'm just thinking about the paladin. That might actually be better, because yeah, the base damage is low, but it's effectively to compensate for the amazing stacking of buffs here. Do I tend to force strike a lot with the paladin? Yeah, why not? I mean, it kicks in, his abilities all work with it. He gets all of his crit chance and everything when he's force striking, so I think that is a slightly better option than the other one I've been using. And I've still got 8 left, so I'm willing to game it out. I can't get the bloody blue upgrade yet, so I'm going to have to forego a bunch of crit chance, but I think it's still good. Don't count the armor. Do I take that to get it out of the pool? No, honestly, I don't care. Yeah, I'll just take the sword. Wait, what? Oh, does everyone get XP for killing this thing? Because obviously he got the kind of final blow there. I'm not upset. Okay, you level to max. That's not very good. Kind of run out of useful stuff now. Incinerator, I guess you could tech this in case you wanted to give an incinerator a go. I've already had to go through here, so if you find a tier 3 incinerator and want to give the build a chance, then it gives you an option. Otherwise, what would I be spending it on? This and melee weapon options. No, that's terrible. That's what? Purge. Your force strikes gain purge. I don't use force strikes, so I'm using guns, so who cares? And you can warp charge your astral aim to armor pierce. No stun. I really don't care. I'm just going to... No, just do this. There you go. We have a chance to use incinerators if they come up later. And our killing blow here, that went to Ignatius. What are you going to do? You don't really need defensive options when you can do this much damage output, transpires. Warp charging your hammer hand gives it bleed. Again, if targets die in 1 turn, who cares? Your smite does extra damage. I guess it could be useful occasionally when we're playing through missions. That doesn't matter, that doesn't matter. And then this and this. If I went this way, I could give him a Psy Cannon instead of the shield. I like the shield though. Again, neither the Psy Cannon would in theory be the better option because I can contribute at range, where sometimes he just sits there uselessly. But it's not thematic. I want my sword and shield paladin. That's what he's there for. I don't like it, despite it being the best choice. So extra damage and a more tank, just in case he gets hit for some reason. There you go. He's now got 30 HP. Fine. I'm confident saying that's not the best min-max option, but I like it the most, so we're going with it. I could take that instead. Emperor's Will. Target a knight at any range to give them willpower. Oh, so he exchanges willpower. And you could make it AP free if you got there, which we didn't. I think that is really pants. I think this is okay because he has so much willpower, and frankly, he doesn't use it for a lot. Like, he force strikes a lot, but he's got 17 force strikes worth of willpower anyway, and that may upgrade later with the incense. So really, it's just this. So he spends 4 on Few of the Ancients, and he has so much. Handing over willpower to willpower hungry guys, maybe comboing you with a librarian would be a good option. So I like that idea. One more point for there would have been good. If I respect, how would I do it? I like all of that. Range is kind of nice. No, you need that. I like willpower. No, that's all good. You need to go there to get that. Maybe drop 2 for the sake of making it free of charge. That probably would have been a slightly better option there. That one for that one if I could min-max, but otherwise everything else here is really good. I'm happy with it. Cool. We're all 9.
It is done. Your prognosticars signal a weakening in the strain. With a single stroke, we have ended its spread.
A victory, yet we are not Fenrisians. We have no time for revelry while the scourge remains.
Accurate. 4 strains of the bloom remain.
Yes, yes. There is still much work to be done. Let us not forget that self-professed Warden of the Bloom, Cadex. He will not sit idly while we wreck his master's plans.
We will be ready.
Query. What of the Prime Seed? Analysis suggests it is an artifact of significant power.
I have already put a mind to that very matter, Dominus. With sufficient study, it could be reworked into a tool for our crusade, after the proper cleansing rituals, of course.
Fortuitous. Unburdened by command, the Brother Purifier is available to assist you.
Oh yes, quite.
Exactly what I was thinking, Dominus. I will send for you, Ektar, when you are needed.
You imagine something that came out of a greater demon might be a bit too pungent to be purified, but never mind. We have chats with everyone. Yeah, let's go for it. I think we usually start, we work in reverse order. Let's start with Bakir.
Can I help you, Commander?
We've successfully purged a Reaper.
You sound as if you had doubts, Commander.
Perhaps next time you'll have a little more faith in those who serve as the Emperor's left hand. Follow my lead and we will destroy the other 4 strains as well.
If you like.
I find I know very little about you, Inquisitor, thinking that's the point.
Your own existence is shrouded in secrecy.
You yourself remain a closed book in our conversations. Yes, we are well trained in reserve and restraint.
You are forgiven. It is not in my nature to speak about myself.
And I'm not accustomed to small talk either. Still, that our exchanges will never leave these secret halls is reassuring. Ask of me what you will. Are all in the Inquisition as ruthless as you? No, some are far worse.
My mentor was stern, and so I followed his lead.
He didn't play well with others, and neither do I. So you work alone?
I call in support when needed. That's why I'm here with you after all.
It is true, though, that I rarely work with my other colleagues. Too many Inquisitors in one sector tends to end in misunderstanding and bloodshed, and few share my Thorian outlook. You mentioned being a Thorian.
Yes. The Golden Throne cannot sustain the Emperor forever.
It is only sensible to seek a means of rebirth for the Master of Mankind before he is lost to us for all time. As I recall from lore, yeah, the Inquisition is like branches of what they want to do with what they think is coming or what you want to do with the Emperor. How are we
I
doing?
am impressed.
Yeah, we're doing fine.
Enough for now.
I'll
The
come back
bloom
and assign
festers.
research in a second. Lunette?
Using the Bionetic equation, I have already analyzed all possible outcomes of this exchange. But you may proceed.
How magnanimous of you. We recovered a prime seed. Any insight into its origin?
It is the core of a relic, corrupted long ago.
And used to spawn the smaller seeds we have seen so far. I believe the Inquisitor is correct. If we purge it of its taint, then it can be brought back to a purpose that serves the machine god. There are many on Mars that would give up their mechadendrites to study these.
Proceed.
Has the Edict faced anything like the Reapers before? Well, yeah, the campaign started with us fighting the Greater Demon.
We were involved in the banishment of the Buboescient Princeling of Courteval 5.
Yeah, I'm guessing another Greater Demon. Nothing quite as disgusting, but the Edict has faced all manner of creatures in its long history. Only shortly before you joined us, we were involved in the banishment of Mr. Buboescent. What happened?
Gaseous fumes congealed with fermenting algae, creating a vector for the Buboescient Princeling to enter the Materium.
My generator colleagues recommended using a pacifying agent, a foam formulated to separate the algae and unbind the demon. This would have been the most efficient strategy and would have protected the Imperium's assets. However, gas with high methane contact burns fast and bright, and Ektar was in no mood for mercy when he kindled the princeling with his purifying flame.
Proceed. All proceeds as per the Machine God box exchange. All praise to the Machine God.
Hello, Ektar.
Yes, Commander. Let us commune to defeat our foe.
You seem somber. Do you sense the Reaper's lingering warp energy?
That was merely the first of 5.
No, our brothers have cast it back into the warp. You have done well, but we have little time for self-congratulatory notions.
Yes, if you like.
The trials on Titan do not prepare you for a greater demon.
I remember banishing my first greater entity.
I was newly promoted, assigned to the fallen world of Iconia to support the Inquisition in handling a Zinchian demon, a feathered lord. This creature had possessed a rebel leader and had nearly driven his followers to unseat the corrupt and despicable authority that ruled the planet. What happened?
My actions were tempered by my own lack of confidence in command.
The Inquisitors were more concerned with the success of their little rebellion than they were for the safety of Iconia. They assured me they would dispense with the creature quietly once the ruling power was deposed. I take it that didn't happen.
I was called back to the planet much later to clean up the mess.
We bathed that demon in azure fire, but the costs had already been paid. 2 Inquisitors and countless innocent souls carried through a rift in the warp to some Zinchian domain. I've been serving my penance ever since. You couldn't have known what would happen.
We cannot afford to hesitate in our duty.
Forces of chaos are not to be trifled with. The fate of the Imperium lies balanced on the head of a pin. A one simple lapse of judgment could trip us all towards eternal damnation. The fate of the galaxy does not rest on your shoulders.
No, it rests on yours.
The Edict is a formidable weapon in our war against chaos, and while my penance for Iconia denies me a glorious death in battle, I'm committed to guiding and supporting your command from within her walls. This is why you do not take up command?
Yes, though even that is not punishment enough.
It would seem. Now you must contend with this Inquisitore throne. That catastrophe on Usaria should have ended her authority, but it appears we must yet rely on her talents if we are to locate this threat. Remember Iconia, Commander. These Inquisitors know much, but their vision can be clouded. You should not permit them to cloud your own.
Of course, Commander. Under your guidance,
Yeah, we're doing
it
great.
is a proud day to be a Grey Knight. Of course, go with the wisdom of Janus, brother.
And before I get, we obviously have more research to do. Right, that unlocks, yeah, it unlocks all of these again. I'm still actually working through that one. Can you, yeah, you lose all progress on the current, so I might as well finish it off quickly, and then we'll hop into these. Doesn't seem I actually benefit in any way from picking up the Prime Seed. Maybe it happens later, but all I've got, well, there's no other research option, so it's not going to be here. There's a magic 5th row here pops up, but yeah, currently it's just going to go through these. Still need blue, sadly. Maybe I'll skip that for a bit. Okay, I'm happy to just kind of pass through time here, let guys heal and the star map trigger. Remind me where my spots are. Blue is here, so for crying out loud, I'm on the right side of the map. It should pop up. Should I put myself right on the point? I mean, obviously if I'm on it, then I'm pretty sure the game will never be kind enough to spawn a mission with you on there, always moves it away, so maybe being too close is what's being the problem. Ah, well, who knows, we'll see. There you go, stasis chamber, commune with the fallen complete. What have I got? And servitor. Can't really do anything with that. Yeah, we'll just wait for stuff to probably the barracks next, because I don't need healing. We're doing fine. Don't need more build speed. I'm struggling for servitors anyway, and research is going fine. That's it. Barracks, and then, I don't know, maybe I'll see what these do, just as an emergency reserve. Yeah, just leave it for now. How we're looking, couple days. It's all well and good. Okay, well, we're not going anywhere. No, as we are. 4 new missions. Okay, there's one like right close to us. In fact, with the way these are positioned, I might be able to snag both of them. You I can't get to, which is a shame, because it again pops up all 5, so it's going to be the big Morbus to... How would I want to get over there? I'd have to fly right to the edge there and miss all of these. Alternatively, I could do that, and then fly down there and grab... I don't think I have quite enough time to get there, and yeah, it's going to be pretty much direct to it. So I can either do these 2, or those 2, or just that one. What if I went there? I could do these 2 instead. Stops that from being so aggressive, because I don't think that's too much of a hassle. Can't see how many it's triggering because of the bloody... I think it's triggering 1. It goes from 2 to 3. It's got some blue, which is appreciated. Bog standard mission, nothing too fancy. No prognosticar because of the storm, but it's not the end of the world. This one is... I'm really just looking for servitor. Tier 3 armor's nice. Don't care about the gun. That one is Tier 3 armor, skull, grimoires, take seeds. That's all relatively straightforward. What on earth is that? Blight Lord Champion. Okay, so a superior Terminator. Beast of Nurgle. Okay, so a new demon and Noxious Brightblinger. So not too worrying there. You are grimoires and stuff I don't care about. That is requisition. I can't see what's there, sadly, because of the storm. And then up here, what are you? That's where the servitors are hiding, which is annoying. Again, we get the fancy new Terminator and a Plague Champion, not too worrying. That's the downside. I can't get over there. You need another rank 3-7 Justicar, so you can rank another Justicar up. That's not bad. Grenades, some sort of grenades beyond the rubbish ones I have wouldn't be terrible. How's the other equipment look? Skull. Tier 2 equipment. Tier 3 skull. Okay, so not great. Another hammer. Tier 3 could be fun. I do love my hammers. Another interceptor could also be good, just to fill the ranks. Okay, so choices. I'd like to get to that, because 1, it gets me servitors, and 2, it stops that preposterous, like, pop. I don't think any of these are spreader type missions, so I'm not concerned with that. So I'll be giving up that one, which is 2, and that one. So I'm forfeiting some grimoires, the tier 3 armor, which is a shame, and not too much to worry about there. And here I'm giving up the hammer, which is a shame. I'd probably not take that anyway. So yeah, skip those 2, do that one. And I think there's enough time to rush over there. Oh, maybe not. I'm not willing to go do that one if it means I have to forfeit double 2 missions. It's not worth it. I can just go do the gate one another time without too much bother. So I'm going to fly over here first, and that'll dictate whether or not I can get there. Oh, I doubt it. It'll be close. Surge prevention. Good. We might as well send you straight for the next one of these. What do you think? Yellow. Another greater demon of some kind. The knight. I'll do the knight at some point because that'll be cool. But yeah, yellow's okay. I've got lots of. Well, no, I should do purple next, really, with the amount I have. What is that? I'm curious because I really have no idea what that is. That's clearly a standard greater demon. That's a knight. This one, and this one are unclear. So I'm actually going to give you a go. Okay, moment of truth. Can I still catch
Commander.
that one up there? Stasis Chamber will now preserve fallen knights who cannot recover from their wounds and allow your brothers to benefit from their hard-earned wisdom. Requires a fallen knight to access. Okay, so the one I already had fallen from the event doesn't count. I can make it, just barely. So I can do this one and that one. Okay. So I get my servitors, I stop the thing from spreading. Yeah, I think that's the best compromise. Good. Can I see the... How do I see, like, the barracks or something? There's no way to commune with the fallen, or I just don't have the ability to do so. Is it here? Don't know what that does. No, I don't think so either. It's not going to be there. You just use it here or something? No, okay, I just have flatly no access to it. Fine, you win game. Yeah, otherwise I think that would be fine. We could stop there. So we'll go ahead and have a punt at that in the next part. We can start seeing some new fancy enemies. I'll keep the anti-demon hammer because we've got some nice ones, and I'll put Annihilator in as well because they'll have... We need anti-armor and anti-demons. A good spread there is excellent. So there you go. That was a raging success as those bosses go. It wasn't... I guess we are very well kitted, aren't we? Max rank knights with upgraded tier 3 equipment. So if we weren't going to be able to do it, basically no one was going to be able to. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed the relatively short part. If so, please do like, subscribe. It rather helps out the channel. I do appreciate it. Do you have any notes for maybe what you'd like to see for upcoming 40k based games, kind of strategy related games? Do let me know. Or if you just want to chat with me and understand in the comment section, that's great too. But most of the fun for the YouTube for me now is interacting with you guys. So yeah, do feel free to chat away. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time.